We have walked the old streets of Mardin, flown over the fairy tale landscapes of Cappadocia, and soaked in the culture in Istanbul. But Turkey is not done with me yet. This time, I dig deeper into its rich ancient history while enjoying the turquoise coast of the Turkish Riviera. I was invited by friends from the Mediterranean tour operators for an evening celebrating everything Turkish. I was very happy to see my good friend Ersan at Sur, and this time bringing with him Turkey expert Mehmet Uzan. There are certainly more places to see in Turkey, and Ersan tried to convince me to visit them again. Her Excellency, Turkish Ambassador to the Philippines, Ezra Kankorur, was also there and reminded everyone of the ease of obtaining Turkish visas via their new online system. And in perfect timing, the new 777 aircraft of Turkish Airlines started flying the route to Manila. The 3 weekly flights from Manila directly to Istanbul have been increased to every day of the week. And with their spacious, comfort-class cabins flatbed seats that are perfect for long-haul flights, it was indeed the best time to visit Turkey again. I finally arrived in Istanbul and met with Ersan as he laid out the plans for the rest of my journey over some Turkish favorites. From Istanbul, I made my way to historic Antalya, roughly an hour-and-a-half flight, passing over some magnificent mountain terrain. Antalya is the largest Turkish city in the Mediterranean coast. Its location at the crossroads of Europe and Asia has allowed it to have a unique blend of cultures over thousands of years. I was welcomed by Mehmet, who was to be my companion, as I learned my way through modern-day Turkey's complex past.
Glad to be here in Antalya.
A lot of treasures like the magnificent museum awaiting us over here.
And it gives us an overview of
yes,
everything.
Because there is a lot from Antalya region.
A good starting point in understanding this region of Turkey is the Antalya Archaeological Museum. This part of Turkey consisted of many important ancient cities then, which are now prime archaeological sites. Before becoming the country we know today, Turkey has passed through eras and empires across 4,000 years of history. To today's Republic of Turkey. The museum holds an extensive collection of the artifacts recovered from the area and gives a comprehensive look at Turkey's history. Mehmet takes me around some of the museum's many exhibition halls, filled with thousands of artifacts preserved, mostly in near-perfect condition.
Beautiful sculptural statues, freestanding statues, as you can see over here.
This is made out of marble.
That's all marble. Today's Turkey is rich in marble, actually, in different regions from the nearby mountains, and it's a good quality white marble.
A good example of the intricate craftsmanship during this period. This statue of the god Hermes, the messenger,
The sculptor worked on such minute details. His hair, as you can see over there, very curly. And then look at the muscles, just around the belly area.
We also see statues of Apollo and Artemis, brother and sister deities who are worshipped widely in this region. The Hall of the Emperors show beautifully restored statues of important Roman figures, including dancers, seemingly frozen in time.
Most of these statues are from Perge, from that school of sculpture. Now, this hall is recently added to the museum. It's a gigantic hall with gigantic statues. Especially this one is very significant.
Very popular guy.
Very popular in world history, world renowned. This is Alexander the Great.
He was very young.
Very young, like a teenager. This is very hard to see a statue like that, such a detail with a beautiful face and this size of a statue.
Another hall features sarcophagi from the Roman period, stone or marble coffins carved with the image of the deceased, or sometimes with scenes from Greek mythology, which was popular among upper-class Romans who had a taste for Greek culture.
Because what we see over here is very rare and unusual. This is a sarcophagus for a dog, D-O-G, whose name was Stephanos.
It's about
1700 years old.
But the finest of all the marble sculptures from this period is a statue of a weary Hercules. The statue's lower half was discovered in the city of Perge, but its upper half was later found to be at the Boston Museum of Fine Arts, where it has been displayed for 30 years. Its two parts are now reunited and returned home. The Antalya Archaeological Museum is indeed one of Turkey's most important treasure troves and a place any student of history should not miss. Up next, we uncover the mysteries of Turkey's archaeological sites and get lost in its ancient beauty. We head to Antalya to explore more of the city. Shielded by the Taurus Mountains from the northerly winds and facing the Mediterranean Sea, Antalya enjoys a warm summer climate, perfect for vacation seekers. The city was first known as Atalaya, named after its founder, Attalus II, the king of Pergamon, an ancient Greek kingdom. Attalus built the city as a naval base for his powerful fleet. His successor, Attalus III, had no sons and decided to give the city to the Romans at his death in 133 BC. Under the Romans, the city enjoyed great peace and prosperity.
This harbor dates back to the Roman era, when this area was a major commercial center. It had a convenient harbor for all the traders.
Because of the busy activity in the harbor, with trading ships coming from distant lands, the Romans decided to strengthen the city's fortifications. The walls still stand until today. Inside is where Antalya's old quarters are located. To get in, one can enter through a beautiful three-arch portal, Hadrian's Gate, named in honor of Roman Emperor Hadrian, who visited the city in 130 AD.
This is one of the two main entrances to the old town of Antalya. And over here is where the chariots and the people passed during those times.
A transparent walkway has been built over the road, where deep grooves made by passing chariots are preserved. The gate leads me to the heart of the Kaliji, Antalya's historic city center. The city is built over limestone cliffs, so the alleys are narrow and crooked. It was a pleasant stroll along cobbled streets past its little shops selling local crafts, and seeing the mix of architecture from different periods. Most houses are Ottoman homes that have been restored.
Don't you wonder why these houses are built so close to each other and would have windows on the side? They could almost shake their hands. This is how they got to meet each other. And see this small window, the parents can check on their kids if they're walking down the street.
It also gave a chance for young ladies to see their suitors coming up from the street. Standing in the middle of the city with its elegant fluted design is the Yivli Minari Mosque, built by the Seljuks in the 13th century. It has since become a symbol of the city, along with the Ottoman-era clock tower. Antalya is a reflection of Turkey's long history and the perfect backdrop as you watch traditional gullets coming in and out of the turquoise waters of the Mediterranean. Turkey's geographic location has also made it one of the most earthquake-prone areas in the world. Lying over the Anatolian plate, squeezed by two huge tectonic plates, which are constantly grinding into one another. This is why modern Turkey is brimming with important archaeological sites. Excavations are still ongoing, and important discoveries are still being made every day. Mehmet brings me to one of these ancient cities near Antalya, the city of Perge, where most of the magnificent sculptures and artifacts from the museums were dug up.
Mehmet, you mentioned Perge so many times in the museum, and here we are now, here in the ruins.
That flat top hill back there is the original settlement. After the migrations of these Indo-Europeans or Phrygians as we call, the Greek culture was introduced and Artemis was worshipped. Then down the hill gradually the settlement extended. Alexander the Great passed through this area.
The main entrance to the city was protected by two round towers forming a Hellenistic gate, constructed about the time of Alexander the Great, with a horseshoe structure behind them, typical fortification of that time. Mehmet walks me through some of the most well-preserved ruins in Perge, which are those of the Roman baths. Visiting the baths is an important social activity in the empire, and they had a sophisticated water system that delivers water in three settings: hot, lukewarm, and cold water into different pools in the complex. One can still see much of the bath's heating system, and even its decorative columns and tiles. The Romans built a water system that flowed from the mountains down to a canal running across the colonnaded main street and ending into a grand fountain called Nymphaeum, which actually combines art and engineering.
They have given such aesthetic consideration. Between these column bases, there were freestanding statues, some of which we saw in the museum.
Okay.
When the water rises, as you can see, it is this aesthetically sort of soft, smooth slope that they have created, where the water pours over through these tiny holes as well, into the front pond, into this side channel.
The flowing water along the street must have been very refreshing for everyone passing here during those hot summer days. Another interesting area was the agora or marketplace.
It's a huge area. There's the dry market, there's the wet market. Very significant here, as you can see. There's the fish sign, and the other side, and the hook and knife. This is the sign for the butcher.
The way the shops were laid out looked like they were the predecessors of an early shopping mall, where one can enter a shop from the street and exit into other shops in the marketplace. There was even an ancient backgammon-like game board carved out of marble outside one of the stores. Even then, men have to keep themselves occupied while the ladies are still shopping. It was great to walk around the ruins and just imagine the grandeur the city had during those times. Not far from Perge is another well-preserved piece of Roman history, the Grand Theater of Aspendos.
What we see over here is from the second half of the 2nd century AD, which is the Roman imperial period of Marcus Aurelius, good enough for 15,000 the way we see now. This is the whole like sort of gladiator fights and animal fights below the stage building. There are some 2 entrance exits over there to let the animals out. In Roman times, any performance that was held over here had to contain strong elements for praising the emperor. The acoustics is so perfect, so beautiful.
I can hear everybody speaking.
I mean, you can just whisper down then when it is totally quiet, you can still hear what's going on. There are very interesting features over here. You see the seats are long. It is sort of carved in so that when I sit over here, I tuck my feet under my seat over here so that another person can sit right over here.
It's comfortable too. They thought about everything, huh?
Yes, beautiful, beautiful.
When we come back, join us as we taste more of the Turkish coast. That's up next. I am still in Turkey's Mediterranean coast, learning more about its unique mix of natural beauty and ancient sites. As we went around the province of Antalya, we saw many ancient structures that still stand today. Most of them date back to the Roman times.
And archaeological sites, like this ancient Roman bridge, makes it even more significant for this region.
The Romans are known for being great builders, and their incredible constructions have withstood the test of time. Just like this bridge constructed over this beautiful canyon. I can just imagine chariots passing here, and Roman soldiers stopping to admire almost the same scenic views some 2,000 years ago. Of course, minus the screaming rafters. Aside from building strong bridges, the Romans also mastered the construction of aqueducts and made sophisticated water systems.
Mehmet, you were saying that this is one of the longest aqueducts surviving outside of Istanbul.
And now, so maybe the best preserved one. So coming down from the mountain, the water builds up into that tower, as you can see over there. Right in the center, between the arches, there is sort of a deep hole, like a well. So the water runs down, flows into that hole over there. And when it fills up, it creates sufficient pressure to move it all the way, about 800 meters.
The ducts also provided water for the plants and agriculture.
When you have the continuous flow of water over there, that means these people were involved in agriculture.
And what kind of fruits and plants?
That red one over there is pomegranate, very good for health.
Okay.
They say it's sort of a natural preventive fruit for cancer.
As we traveled, we passed by a roadside eatery where freshly picked pomegranates are pressed and turned into a refreshing drink. And not only that, this place also made the traditional gözleme, Turkish pastry with savory fillings. I was lucky to see how it was prepared. The dough is hand-rolled thinly and filled with local ingredients: goat cheese, potato, parsley, minced beef, and more cheese.
And you can put almost anything there, whether it's beef, vegetables.
Sure. It depending on your choice.
I like that style of grabbing it, yes.
It is then folded flat and placed over a hot griddle. This is Turkish fast food at its finest.
Mehmet wanted me to finish all of this, but I said no. I will give him one. The rest is for me.
Okay, good.
Leaving Antalya, we set off to explore more of the Turkish Riviera. We made our way to the coast of Fethiye, this time by the Aegean Sea. While here, we are staying at the Ejdesaray, a beautiful hotel located within a private marina.
Wow! How lucky can I be staying here at Ejdesaray? I look forward to waking up to this view every morning.
The hotel has idyllic views of boat masts at the seafront against the backdrop of nearby hills. The perfect place for a peaceful, relaxing stay while in Fethiye. Being beside the coast, Fethiye enjoys some of the freshest catch from the Aegean and the Black Sea. Mehmet takes me to the fish market, a busy yet friendly spot to talk with the locals and see the day's catch.
Wow, these are nice shrimps, huh? Different kinds.
Evli fresh ones. Selamünaleyküm.
Your friend?
Merhaba. Ne haber, nasılsın? Ha? How are you? Ha?
Good morning.
Good joy.
Which is your favorite?
Barbunlar çok güzel olur.
Red mullet is the best.
Red
Akyat
one.
pilaki çok güzel olur.
This is like sea bass, sea bream, sorry, but that will be nice grill.
When I eat fish, even the pussycat gets angry. Because I finish almost the bone.
Aslında öyle yenmesi gerekiyor da balık.
That's the way you should eat the fishes.
Öyle yenmesi gerekiyor.
In the next stall, I was happy to meet a fellow captain.
My name is Mustafa actually, but my nickname is Captain Octopus.
Captain Octopus. Why octopus?
I like to go diving. In the winter time I catch plenty of octopus. That's why everybody calling me Octopus. Also, I speak 8 languages. Octopus has 8 legs. That's why it's well.
Can you speak Filipino?
Magandan maga.
Very good. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Captain. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Anytime you can come down here and then Captain Octopus, I will look after you well.
Thank you.
Locals enjoyed coming here not only to buy fresh seafood, but also to sit and enjoy a round of traditional Turkish tea. Everywhere I go, I find that the locals are very friendly. Modern-day Fethiye was once the city of Telmesos, under the kingdom of the Lycians, an ancient people known for their fierce independence and matriarchal society. They had their own language and culture, but few artifacts remain, except for the remnants of their tombs carved in the mountains of this region. Believing that the dead were carried away into the afterlife by winged creatures, the Lycians put their tombs in high places like these cliffsides. If they have lived today, they would have been thrilled to see these flying creatures hovering over the mountains. Fethiye has also become one of the most sought-after paragliding sites in the world. With stable weather conditions and breathtaking panoramic views, Mount Baba and its cliff sides are popular launch sites for the sport. Finally, we headed down towards the sea, along one of the Turkish Riviera's famous beaches. Uludeniz, a nice stretch of pebble beach. Sun-seekers enjoy its turquoise water and secluded lagoon. When this region came under Roman rule, it is said that Mark Antony gave the Turkish Riviera as a wedding gift to his bride Cleopatra in 32 BC. Uludeniz means Dead Sea due to its calm waters even during storms, as it is protected by the surrounding mountains. Paragliders leap from these mountains, and their views are definitely breathtaking. 2,000 years later, we can still see why this place was a gift worthy for an Egyptian queen. Turkey offers a unique walkthrough of the past to relive former glories while gaining the lessons taught by history. But at the same time, it promises a taste of its diverse cultural heritage that it has made entirely its own. There is much more that awaits me in the second part of my journey through Turkey's southwestern coast.
This has been your captain, Joy Roa. See you in the next Asian Air Safari!